Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to focus on balancing chemical equations. The basic idea about balancing chemical equation is based on the conservation of matter. And what does that mean? That means the reactants that you have before the reaction happen must always be conserved as whatever you have at the end of the results as products. So to assist us to see the difference between the reactants and product, this is in case of those who are still not so sure which one is the reactant site and which one is the product site. The one that you see I put in purple color are the arrow that signify the process of the reaction. And now I'm going to put in this side. On the left hand side of the equal signs, these are the reactants. So let me put in there. So these are all reactants. And then I'm going to put in the highlights on the right hand side. These are the results of the chemical reaction, and all the things that appear here are the products of the reaction. Okay, so therefore, based on the conservation of matter, we know that whatever that produced here must equal to whatever that is coming out of the reaction. Therefore, to balance the reaction, once you get that idea, so we know that there must be an balancing, there must be an equal. I'm going to put this as purple color. Okay, so both of these sides, the green part, the reactants, all the elements and their numbers, the quantity must always equal to the numbers of quantity at the reactants. So let's go on to list them down. Okay, and in the way of listing this, there is a recommendation that I would want to submit to all of us for consideration. I may not say that this is a must, but I believe this could be helpful. Okay, at least to me and also to many students that I have shared with, we find that listing in this way seems to elevate the chances and the easiness for us to get the correct balancing, and also in the soonest time. Okay, what is the way that we are talking about? It is recommended. Okay, it's recommended that we list down metal first. Anything that we have metals on the reaction, and then it follows by non-metal. Well, again, let me mention this is recommended, all right? And then it follows by hydrogen, okay? And usually we will end with oxygen, okay? And this is a recommendation that oxygen are listed at the last. Okay, and for one simple reason, because oxygen seems to be a very, very participative as an element to form oxides and to form many a bond with the covalent bonds with many other metals. So we want to keep it as the final items to look at. So now coming back to this reaction, let us list down according to this order. Okay, I'm going to keep the green ink for the reactant side. Okay, on the reactant side, if you are familiar with periodic table, the elements on the left hand side of the periodic tables, they are metal. And of course, this case, we notice that aluminium, it is not exactly on the left hand side, but again, if you're familiar, the metal is coming from group 1, group 2 and group 3, and aluminium is group 3. Therefore, aluminium is a metal. So I'm going to list aluminium. We're going to put in aluminium first because that is metal, and so I'm going to put in metal here also. I'm going to put aluminium here also. Now coming back, the next element to look at, non-metal. Okay, if you look at that, there is brown bromide, okay, Br, and then followed by hydrogen. Okay, so we're going to have hydrogen. Okay, pardon me, I promised you to keep this as the light blue color for easy identification, and the hydrogen on this side. Then we will move on. The final element, we have counted this, we have included this, so the other one, the final one will be the oxygen. Okay, so let's go on oxygen. Okay, listing it down. Then now what we're going to do is counting how many each of the element has on both respective sides. Let's begin with the reactant side. Let's take a look at aluminium. How many pieces of aluminium do we have here? If we have, there's nothing here. If you notice that nothing is stated here, it is understood that this is one piece. Okay, so that means yes, there is one piece of aluminium here. Let's take a look at bromine. How many pieces do we have there? Then again, this is one piece. So let's put in that one. Let's just go to count hydrogen with a bracket there. That means there are three sets. Three sets, meaning OH, OH, OH. Okay, let me list it down. The OH with a bracket, the OH with a bracket 3 is actually OH, OH, OH. That means 3 sets. Okay, this is 3 sets of OH. Okay, 3 sets of OH. So when you understood that, it is kind of easy also for you to count how many each of them. So hydrogen, 3 pieces, okay, and oxygen, 3 pieces. And another way to count it is that in the mathematics we kind of like multiply the 3 to 1 to get 3 hydrogen, and 3 multiply 1 oxygen to get 3. Alright, so let me clear this from this paper. Okay, we will go on there. Okay, as you know, alright, hydrogen, on this side you got 3 because 3 times 1, so you got 3. And then over on the other reactor, we found there's 1 hydrogen that is bonded with bromine. So that's make it up 3 plus 1. So that's why you got 4. So there's 4 of them here. Okay, and let's go on oxygen. What is this? 3 times 1. So 3 sets of OH, meaning that you have 3 oxygen. Okay, this is how we count the element. Let's go on with the aluminium. Alright, so we do the same way. Alright, so we have aluminium. Yes, is this still also one piece? And then how many bromine do we have? Br, you got 3 pieces. Here we go. You see the 3, the subscript 3, meaning you have 3 pieces of aluminium. And hydrogen, let's count that. There's a subscript 2, meaning 2 pieces. Let's put in 2 here. Then let's go on to oxygen. How many pieces do we have here? There is 1 piece. Alright, so I'm going to make sure you see that. Yes, there is oxygen. There's 1 piece. So let's put in 1. Okay, so now once you finish with the listing, then you can start to work on the balancing. Okay, I'm going to use another highlight to show. We will go from the top of the list. We're going to balance metal, and followed by non-metal, followed by hydrogen, followed by oxygen, and so on. And then, okay, so let's move on. Let's focus on the first one, aluminium. Okay, on this step, at this, it looks they are perfectly happy now, right? They are perfectly happy because they are 1 reactant got 1, product got 1, perfectly happy. Okay, so what we do? Yes, move down. Okay, now we're going to look at bromine. Okay, the reactant, we have 1 bromine, and on the product you got 3. This is where our job comes in. Okay, then we need to balancing that. So in order to make this 1 to become 3, let us try to, of course we will keep a multiply 3, correct? So we multiply 3. So if we put in 3 here. Okay, so if you put in 3, then you will see that 3 multiply 1 piece of bromine will happily give you 3 pieces of bromine, and it seems to achieve your target, right? Okay, so you got the 3 here. All right, now before you move on and be overexcited about it, you always remember, the moment you change the bromine, you also change the number of hydrogen. Let's update. How many hydrogen now after you added in the 3 just now? Okay, so now here become 3 hydrogen and add on to the previous 3, so now you got 6. So what you do, nicely cross this out, then to keep it now, you have updated your hydrogen to 6 pieces. Okay, so now we're going to bring the focus down. Okay, all right. So now you're going to look at hydrogen. Okay, again you see that on the reactant hydrogen got 6 pieces, on the product hydrogen got 2 pieces. Again, that is your job and my job to balance them, to make sure both sides have the same number of hydrogen. Okay, so if you look at here, we got 6, here we got 2. How do we make them to be equal? Okay, what is the multiple can we do with 2s in order to get 6? I believe you got the idea. Multiply 3, right? So you're going to get 6 pieces here, which seems to be happily balancing up what you had on the reactant. Let's go on and do that. So I'm going to put in, if we multiply 3, okay, so if we multiply 3, right, because hydrogen is here, so we multiply 3, so here to get us to the 6. Okay, again, let us not just move on first, because the moment you change a hydrogen, you also changed the numbers of oxygen. So let us now update the number of oxygen that you have now after you added in 3 sets of this H2O. So now let's calculate 3 times 1, okay, that you know that you got 3. So let's cross this out. The latest update now, oxygen is 3. Okay, and so obviously hydrogen are perfectly happy on this side, and it is perfectly happy on this side. And I'm very sure by now you have seen that, hey, our oxygen has also been balanced. Both sides, reactant 3 oxygen, the product side 3 oxygen. Ta-da! Yes, you have successfully balanced up this equation. And with that, that's it. So your equation now has perfectly balanced. Okay, so that's all. And congratulations for going through this process, knowing the recommended methods in listing it out from metal, non-metal, hydrogen, and the final element to dealt with is oxygen. And then make sure you put in the multiple that is necessary to balance up both sides. Okay, so by doing this, whatever that is not written here, the blanks that's there, what does that mean? It means it is one piece of them. Okay, it means it's one piece of this, it's one piece of this. Then by natural, in our common practice, the one piece we do not write it. Okay, so we will just keep it inversible. Here also we're going to keep this inversible. Okay, let's make this official. The 3 now no longer draft. Let's put this official. This is 3, and then let's make this official and make that 3, and that's it. You have officially done it. And if you want to double check, you may go on and see this. Check on this side. Do we have aluminium? Yes, you got one piece. Do you have one aluminium? Yes, happy. Okay, and let's double check. I'm going to move this as our focus. Double check that. Perfectly okay. Let's double check bromine. Okay, here you got 3 times 1. Yes, 3 pieces. Here you got 3 bromine. Yes, done. Let's move on to see hydrogen. Double check. Here you got 3 times 1, 3 pieces. Then you multiply 3. So here you got 3, 6 pieces. On the right hand side, 3 times 2. Yes, you got 6. And awesome. Then let's go and double check our oxygen. You got how many pieces here? 3 times 1. You got 3 pieces. And on this side, 3 times 1. You got 3 pieces. Yes, confirm. It is successfully done. Congratulations. So looking forward to see you next questions. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye.